So, how did you get into a college ministry?
So really, I guess I'll start kind of at the beginning of my ministry journey. Like I said, I did not grow up going to church. So even after I became a Christian at the age of 15, uh, ministry just wasn't on my radar because I just wasn't really aware that that's something that actual people did. Or you probably had needed to have some kind of pedigree that I didn't have in order to do ministry. So I specifically remember in the summer of 2011, right after I graduated high school, right before I went to college, we went on this mission trip with our youth group and we came back and gave reports to the church. And I kind of just spoke some scripture and spoke what I learned on the trip. And then afterwards, one of the adult sponsors from the trip, he came up to me and he said, "Hey, if you keep that up, you might end up preaching someday." And that was kind of the first moment it ever clicked with me of like, maybe that's something I could do. But it wasn't until almost a couple years later. I was at a spring break mission trip at South Padre Island when I was a sophomore in college, and that's really just where the Lord convicted me that probably ever since that moment in 2011, I'd just been resisting this call to ministry. I'd not been, I'd just been very resistant to it. Part of that was because I didn't know it was a possibility, but part of it was just fear and disobedience if we're being honest about it. So really over the last couple of years of college, I began to kind of work out, okay, what does it mean to be a minister and where am I going to end up? And then after college, I had this opportunity called campus missionary intern through the Baptist Student Ministry. And you really just focus on doing outreach, making disciples, and developing leaders as an intern after you graduate college. And that was really where I discovered my love for college ministry. And really, in after serving for about 2 weeks, I knew, okay, college ministry is where I want to be for the long term.
Awesome, man. Good stuff. I mean, as somebody who came into the faith my freshman year in college, I have a really soft spot for college
Mm,
ministry, college towns, and churches that exist for the city and for the university. And
for
so
sure.
I love it, man. College students are the best.